What is up, guys? I'm Remote Night Owl, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So as you all know, Riot recently released a new champion called Ornn, and with Ornn came a few unique abilities to the League of Legends. First one being that Ornn can build items outside of the shop, but the second one, which we're going to talk about today, is the fact that there are a few items specific for Ornn's team that they can then upgrade once they finish building that item as a whole. Now, before we get started, I just want to point out that this is a discussion video and that these are just my personal opinions of the item upgrades with Ornn, and if you guys have any thoughts, if you agree or disagree, just leave a comment down below and we'll get a discussion going about this. But without any further ado, let's get started. So as you can tell by the title of this video, obviously I'm not a huge fan of the current state of Ornn's upgrades, so I want to jump back to Ornn's pre-release and sort of explain things and my train of thought in detail going from there. So when I first found out about Ornn's mechanics as a champion, specifically the fact that he has items that he can upgrade for his fellow champions in the shop, I thought, oh, this is really cool, and this opens up a whole new potential for items and different variations of items in the game. So I want to take a look at a few items to show you exactly what I'm talking about and sort of the initial expectations that I had for these upgrades, and then compare them to what the current upgrades are and show you specifically what I'm talking about. So basically, going down the list of item upgrades and what items that we're going to be talking about here, first one is Sunfire Cape, and basically when you upgrade it, you get an increase of health and armor. When you buy Abyssal Mask and its upgrade, you basically get an upgrade of health and magic resist. And then when you upgrade Trinity Force, every basic stat except for cooldown reduction is systematically upgraded. Now, the general pattern here is that with all of Ornn's items, what is upgraded with them are the general stats, not what makes that item unique. And basically, this is where I have a problem with this idea of upgrading items with having Ornn on your team. Is that by introducing this new mechanic or this new ability to upgrade items for your teammates and having that option open, you'd think that what is getting upgraded is what makes the item unique and special, and helping add that to either your team comp or your item build or personal damage or something of that regard. You'd think that by spending the extra gold to get that upgrade, you're going to get something that is new and unique to the game, but instead you just get these added stats that help with a late game build once you hit 6 items. So basically what my point is, and using the 3 items we just used as examples again, my point is this. Take Sunfire Cape. With Sunfire Cape, instead of getting those extra tank stats, I would want my upgrade to be a little extra magic damage, like say plus 10 magic damage every second, on the passive. With Abyssal Mask, instead of 10% increased magic damage, maybe 15 or 17%, depending on how Riot sees the statistical balance. And then with Trinity Force is a sheen item, so I would hope that the sheen damage would get increased to 250% or 300%, granting that statistical data is provided to look at balancing these items. But again, the point is to upgrade what makes the item unique, not just the general stats of that item. Now, with all that having been said, you probably want to yell at me right now and be like, well, Owl, aren't those upgrades just going to flat out break those items? Well, no, and the reason for that is because I still want the balance implementations for these upgrades kept in the game. The first one being that if you buy, like say, Trinity Force and Sunfire Cape, you're only allowed 1 item upgrade. You can't upgrade 5 of those items altogether. Yes, that would be broken. But the other side of the coin, I would also want their expensiveness, or how much they cost to get the upgrade, to stay as well. Reason being is that I would still want these items to be for a 6-item hyper late game upgrade to give this extra stat boost. And personally, I do think that either way, that keeps balance with Ornn's kit and with how Ornn would shape a team comp in this game. Now, for my last point in talking about Ornn's item upgrades and why I think they should work based off of their uniqueness and not off of their general stats, are actually 2 items that have been around since the beginning of the game and are both balanced and meant for late game that also use the mechanic of transforming once a certain criteria is met. Now, the two items I'm talking about are both Tear of the Goddess items, Archangel Staff and Manamune. Now, both of these items are dependent upon stacking up the Tear of the Goddess passive in order for them to reach their transformation, and basically that transformation happens somewhere around mid-game to late game, and those items give you that bonus at about that time. Now, the reason I'm comparing Ornn's upgrades to the Tear of the Goddess items are for two reasons. The first item being is that both of them are meant for late game. Ornn's being that you have to spend the extra gold to get it, and then Tear of the Goddess being that you have to spend the time to get all that extra mana stacked up in the Tear of the Goddess passive in order for these items to transform. But the key here to my point is in the Tear of the Goddess items. You see, each of them, once they transform, has a bonus ability added to them. Their base stats are not increased, but they have a bonus ability added to them that makes them unique. So basically, to go over what these unique upgrades are when Archangel Staff upgrades into Seraph's Embrace, you get an extra mana shield that is an item active for extra sustainability in a team fight. And then with Manamune, when it upgrades into Mirror Mana, it uses mana spent to deal bonus physical damage on your basic attacks. So basically, when these items are upgraded, they get a unique upgrade to themselves that is, again, meant for late game, but B, once you get there, they're specifically unique to the item themselves. So basically, to sum things up, with Ornn's current item upgrades and the state of how they are, I really feel like it's underwhelming, and it was a bit of a disappointment when it was released on how this upgrades items, and the fact that if you're going to upgrade an item in this game, then what makes it unique should be upgraded about it, not just its general stats. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. That's all I have for today. And remember, this is a discussion video, so if you have anything you wanted to say, agree, disagree, whatever, leave it down in the comments. I'll definitely get back to you on it, and we'll open up a discussion about this. Well guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll see each other again real soon. Have a wonderful day.